Hello, y'all, and welcome to another edition of BMBBH. I am Kev, and here we go again. So, before we get started, I'm just going to remind you if this is your first time here, if you found this channel through some type of way, which is barely existing in my case, an algorithm or whatever, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and hopefully you won't regret it because I got to admit the commentary I do is probably not everyone's flavor, but I wish for it to be as many people's flavor as possible. But I am somebody who is realistic and brutally honest with himself, knowing that I can't win them all. I can't win everyone. But if you're here watching, or you're catching the replay, or you were curious enough to even click on the video, that means I'm winning. And I really thank you for that. Thanks for helping me put up the effort to get more and more eyes on this channel here. Shoot. Yep. Uh, I don't want to be. I say that very loosely. I don't want to be the What's Wrong with Black People channel. I don't. I don't want to be that guy. I mean, as much as I enjoy these talks and these monologues that I do, and these conversations when I do open up the panel, as much as I do, I don't want this to bring a negative stigma or create any more negative stereotypes for Black people. I mean, I'm not here to put up that effort. Ray Hummer, the Humble Force, what is up? I'm not here to do that, but we gotta talk once again about how we view Black men who ain't on that bullshit. Seriously, we're not. A lot of us aren't. We're not all these little stereotypes that you like to paint us as. We're not all deadbeat dads. We're not all lazy. We're not all nakers. I hate to use knock salt fallacy, but it's the truth. These are facts. Name me a person that's ever successfully changed a fact. In fact, we have statistics that will say the opposite of all the stereotypes that befall us. But until this become like those stereotypes, until they become a negative, they're viewed as a positive. And I will explain throughout this broadcast. I'll also explain throughout this broadcast how we don't deserve guys like Michael B. Jordan. As much as we wish they'll stay once they get the capabilities and the resources, a lot of these men don't. A lot of these men don't decide to stay. You remember last night I said that if you want to stay with the Black community, that as a Black man in 2023, that means you really, 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 really want to be here. And the reason why I say that is because there are so many of us that make it so tough. I'm not telling Black men to crumble every time someone says something about them. But if you ever are in the position to retaliate, which like this situation proves, if you're ever in the position to retaliate, there are going to be some people that are going to push back. They're going to push back so hard. I mean, shit. Uh, we as Black men, we're treated like we're supposed to be robots, emotionless stiffs. Nothing is supposed to hurt us, even when we get verbal and physical attacks. That does. Everybody looks at us as like we're some type of, you know, soulless Superman. I would say. Long Tong Son, what's going on? And what I mean by that is nothing is supposed to affect us. Nothing, everything is supposed to bounce off. We're rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. which is very true in a sense, because why else people will have to go out of their way just to insult you or make you feel like that you're somehow below them. Also, in this case, you will see that success is the best revenge. Imagine being bullied and you suck at life. This is for real. But this is not the case with this guy. The sky's the limit. You know, he's been like in this. He's been in the spotlight ever since he was 16 years old. You know, even though I haven't heard of him to that. Yeah, okay, and I can say it in this case that corny ass Fantastic Four movie, a movie I still can't put together in my head, no matter how many times I tried to attempt to watch it without falling asleep. And that's only been like two times. That movie was trash, but you know we'll get into that in a little bit. Um, Long Tongue Son. I would advise black men like MBJ to leave and not look back. Do as God says, or you'll be turned into salt. He said, "Don't look back." I mean, this man has already, been all over the world. Experienced all kinds of women. He ain't short of women. Because that's one of the things that we have to understand about situations such as MBJ, Michael B. Jordan. He's a polarizing guy, and polarizing for what? And the reason that is because he's been known to date interracially. My first time, I believe, mentioning Michael B. Jordan at any capacity on this channel is when I did my first Dick Police video. Quite simply, I would probably define a dick policeman as someone who's worried about what another person does with their sex parts. You know, because it's really bad on black men socially in the court of public opinion if they date white women. And I know it's quite the opposite for black women and white men when they date black women, which I'll show you an example of here in a minute. But this is why Michael B. Jordan is such a polarizing guy. On top of being a black man that ain't all about that bullshit that would be the opposite of corny. Yeah, answer that question for me. I answer it periodically. You know, when more people get here, is what is the what is the definition of corny? What's the definition of corny to you guys? For those of you that type in the chat, what's the definition of corny? What do we consider corny? I mean, it might be too open a question, and uh, people might go in like all these directions on what corny is, which will prove my point exactly. But from what I observe in this situation, corny is simply just a guy that doesn't engage in behavior that is considered cool and bad boyish. You know how we love to be cool. We we put we put being cool in the black community at the top of everything. It's so important to be cool. If you watch that if you watch that short that I put up about this situation, yeah, I put up like 2 new shorts today. They got pretty good views, which I'm glad. But one of them was about the Michael B. Jordan situation where he confronts an interviewer for calling him corny, and that's why we're here. Me personally, I think Drake and Ray J are corny. Let me give you a classic example of what people used to call corny. As far as like, since you mentioned guys who are in the music business, let me mention MC Hammer. MC Hammer was popular for a while, but then they started to call him corny because He was starting to go mainstream, but when the money ran out, people, turned their backs on him. But the way he spent, that was his fault. Uh, Let me see, Ray J and Drake. Uh, yeah, many people would probably say that Ray J was corny for making that song when Kanye West and Kim Kardashian was together, called "I Hit It First," which I mean, if you want to try to call her sloppy seconds, she was probably sloppy seconds when she got to you, bro. But Drake with all of the kind of the simp shit that he does in his song, and singing and shit, like just being one of the softest, most popular rappers. Uh, yeah, yeah. So like I said, people have their definitions of corny. Yeah, and Long Tone Son agrees that was kind of a cornball move. Two black women, I think not being a fool is corny. I remember being corny for not being a thug and watch anime, pro wrestling, and listening to rock music. Yeah, like people think that black men playing video games is corny. No, I'm like I said, I'm a 40 plus man that plays video games still. I mean, and the reason why I do it is because number one, I want to, and I'm a grown ass man. It's just something that I kind of enjoy. Yeah, anything that does not involve being out in the streets, having a fucking criminal record, not having like at least three different baby mamas, and all these girls on the hip, not trying to fuck everything that moves. If you don't participate in those activities, if you possess some type of ambition and you're about your business, and that if you're all when you were in school, you always had books. They called you a bookworm. Bookwormy, all this other stuff. If you weren't participating in those behaviors that I just mentioned, besides the bookworm, then you were considered corny. If you weren't trying to wear the latest pair of Jordans, and trying to wear the trendiest clothes, and trying to spend money on shit that you couldn't afford, or you know not have some sound in your car. Well, I mean, that's not real. I used to love sound in my car, and I wasn't trying to be a damn gangster. But try now, like basically, if you ain't trying to be a gangster, if you're not, what up, my Skinner Man Cave, man? Good to see you. Dick Thug, Mo Mori returns. What is up? If you're not trying to be someone who participate in 13th grade like behavior, what I mean by 13th grade is high school ended at 12. I mean that's something I kind of stole from the village arsonist, but I'm sure he heard it from somewhere else. But if you're not degrading, if you're not participating in behavior that will get you traffic tickets, at least, then you're considered corny. Yeah, Charles Irby, what's going on? Hurry up and buy. What's up? Dig Thug. Yeah, facts, bro. I truly believe that black thinks that education is corny on a collective level. Yeah, I will say this: education does not guarantee success per se, but for someone to want to carry themselves in a way that increases their knowledge, you know, and their sense of self awareness, I would say, which drives them to want to be successful and not be focused on the bullshit. And yeah, that's corny. I mean, a lot of these, I would say, and I don't like to use this word too much, incels. They'll blame their inability to date and say stuff like, these women are only want to date pookies, and they want to be saved by chads, and all this other stuff. They want a gangster, they want a thug. I mean, shit, I used to hear it a lot when I was younger. Like I had a couple women tell me that I wasn't thug enough for them. It didn't break my heart. It didn't make me bitter. It didn't make me hate women. Shit. I mean, because it's like that the definition of hate women to these people is just as loose as the definition of corny, and most of it's stupid. I mean, shit. But I mean, that's what they used to say. It is what it is. Now about the incels, I mean, shit. There's definitely somebody out there for you. You, but at the same time, it's like as whiny as the shit sounds. Sometimes they do have a point. They do have a point. Why are there so? If they don't, why are there so many single mothers out there? Because see, guys like Michael B. Jordan, those types, or stereotypically those types, if they get a woman pregnant, they're going to want to stick around and take care of that kid. Therefore, restricting their ability to go out and shake their booties and on every Friday and Saturday night at the club. Because see, guys like this, and I'm about to tell y'all some real shit. Guys like this, a woman 9 times out of 10 has to behave for, or the relationship is not gonna work. It is not gonna work. They will end up eventually breaking up. Because see, I had the same mentality. I said, God forbid if I ever get a woman pregnant before I marry her. But if it does, I will take care of the child. Hell, I try to even do everything to get custody, if I could. I know there's some old sack chase out there like, no, you won't. Black men don't like, they don't want to take care of their kids. They don't want to take care of their kids. Shoot, if I'm lying, what happened to these two? What happened to these two? He wanted to be a little bit more serious. She didn't. So when they broke up, first thing people want to jump up, all these cool ass people now. These cool motherfuckers, they want to call everybody corny. You corny, nigga. They wanted to say that she dumped him. Come to find out, he was the one that ended it. Why? Because hey, you know what? We don't like these corny people, these cornballs. We only like what's cool. We want to be cool. We want all the hoes to like us. Shoot, y'all want people that don't like you to accept you. Yet the people who are easier to navigate around, like, people who stay out of trouble and focus on their shit, like Michael B. Jordan. You try to make it difficult for guys like that instead. For what? For what? Do you see this person as something that you could never be? That's why you're so angry? That's why you call guys like this a cornball who's able to date exotic women of all flavors, as he said. He said he likes some vanilla, he likes some chocolate, he even likes some strawberries. I actually seen a couple comments from your, all famous social media bitter B dub saying that, he disrespected black women because he said he likes strawberry. You know what he talking about when he say he likes strawberry? I said, what, pussy? Heterosexual men like pussy. You know that, right? All because you want to dick police the guy. Shoot, I swear between him, Tay Diggs, LeBron James' son, Bronny James, Michael Strahan, Donald Glover. Between him, there is a lot of dick policing. Saying, for instance, like there was like Michael B. Jordan only dated Lori Harvey as a publicity stunt because he wanted to get the black girls back. I say to those who speculate and say that kind of thing, sure, whatever. I personally don't think that opinion is worth a fuck. Basically, what you're trying to do is, okay, pun intended, you're trying to SBE a black man for dating white women, for dating outside the race. That is so besides telling a woman the truth about her dating options, that is one of the most unforgivable things that a black man can do. Hell, when Kobe Bryant died, you had the sisterhood disrespecting them all over the place, and Simp Lord Nation acting like they don't see that shit. At least it ain't me. Same thing with Michael B. Jordan. Well, at least it ain't me. He a cornball. I would have put it down on Lori Harvey. No, Lori Harvey would have had you wrapped around her fucking finger and would have threw you in the fucking trash. Nigga, stop. Alrighty. Mo Mori returns. I'm around Keisha's all the time. Any black man not showcasing hood swag is considered lame and you're ignored. Shoot. The Dearly Departed said, like, when he was in corporate America, they when he was in corporate America and he used to go to mixers and functions, the black ones didn't pay him no mind. I mean, you girls think that, these men that say this stuff, we just flat out lying. That them women went into those mixers, going to those functions, party in public. They're so friendly. They go out of their way to look for black men to get up on the arm and everything and say, "Hey, I'm here. Let me settle down with you." No, it's not the case at all. In fact, the Dearly Departed said that, hey, they used to love white men exponentially for the things that they hated black men for in those corporate settings. Because, see, we supposed to be some old failure ass niggas. Let me just put it to you like that. We supposed to be failures. We're supposed to have a criminal record. We're supposed to be getting girls pregnant. I mean, shit, that's a stereotype that's been around, like, I don't know, ever since I was a kid. My dad used to joke with me periodically after I became a teenager. You sure you got no secret child out there somewhere? Yeah, we're supposed to be a certain, like we're supposed to be without compassion, without feeling. So when Michael B. Jordan, he didn't confront that interviewer. That interviewer went to interview him. You remember that? That was a girl from high school. Shoot, go to that one. That was somebody he knew from high school. Yeah, you called me the corny kid. Look at that look on that man's face. That man did something that many of us wish we could do. I give him his props on it. He did that. Let me show you another image. You think that guy right there to the right wasn't getting picked on? Seriously, look at him. You think he wasn't getting picked on when he went around regular folks and started saying regular black folks and started saying complete sentences? I know the difference between there, and there. Black folks will be mad at you for being that way, having that much intelligence. Now you may ask, "Oh, isn't that Chadwick Boseman?" Let me show you the irony of this photo right here. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan a while back used to uh, be on General Hospital. In fact, I think General Hospital was his first break into acting, I believe. The irony of this photo is Michael B. Jordan was a recasted character. The guy who originally played the role was Chadwick Boseman. So yes, it is possible to recast Chadwick Boseman's characters. It is possible. Granted, it was a different circumstance, but I'm just saying the irony. But if somebody was fucking with you, and then all of a sudden you were in this real successful position, and then they see you, and then they go out of their way to clout chase, and you're the person that fucked with that person in high school. See me, if I was the high school bully, and I saw that the person I was that and not so much bullying, like is a because that's implying that a girl bullied Michael B. Jordan. I'm sure this L'Oreal, whatever her name is, another person I haven't heard of until like a few hours ago. I mean, I'm sure there was more than her, just her. So we used to make fun of your name. I said, I was the corny kid. I mean, shit, because he was called corny. Hell, I was called corny. I mean, I deliberately tell corny jokes to people just so, I mean, not just so I can hear it, but because people think that just because I'm not a criminal, I'm not some kind of thug, that I was corny. So I've heard all that shit before, and it's never for a good reason. And it always be some old what words y'all tired of hearing black people say. They were kind of low vibrational. Poon Cooter. What an interesting name. Poon Cooter. Having a job is pretty corny too. Yep. Kev, what's so strange is that black women would date a Screech or other white geeks, but diss a Carlton Banks, an Urkel, or some blurred or black geek in a hot second. You know why? Because when guys like that become successful, guess what opens up for them? Options. So they can try to be the best version of themselves and compete, actually fucking compete, or they can do what most of these bitches do. Settle for less and then complain about it on the internet. Charles Irby. Charles Irby. I have never spoken in slang or hung out in the street corners that made me lame and corny. Yeah. I mean, you use your first and your last name. You don't use your first initial and then hyphen and dog. What up, Sea Dog? Like, you know. Yeah, so I guess that makes you lame and corny, but you're not. Anthony Drossos, what is up? Yeah, I need a new mouse. One of my ex girlfriends told me straight up she was dating me because she was sick of Thuggo and them. Mm. Yeah, I guess that's why she's a ex girlfriend and not a current girlfriend or current wife or anything. It's like because this I don't know how you feel about her now. I'm in no position to do so, but you're calling her an ex. Say sound like you got right on the fuck out of there. Oh, we got Percy astronaut status. All righty. With the super chat. Appreciate it. Those Keishas are broke. Yeah. Well, being a Walmart vest, uh, look, being a Walmart vest trying to find a sock aisle for somebody, calling somebody broke. It's funny how that works. They had these people. See, these manospheres that everybody complain about, they're kind of useful because you can express sentiments like you have to be financially, like, men have to be financially stable to date a broke woman. I mean, that's what they say around these spaces. The strawberry cold for redhead. I think that he was just using ice cream flavors as a way of saying that he uh dates a diverse array of women from different cultures, different ethnicities, different races. I think he was just saying it just for that. But yeah, he could have been talking about redheads, strawberry blondes, somebody like that. Kevin Murray. That was a lie. Lori benefited from being with Michael. Yeah, absolutely. Lori Harvey has benefited from fucking celebrities, and that is the rawest truth. She has benefited from fucking celebrities. She fucked Diddy and his son, and not in that order. I wonder did Diddy used to pee on her too, like he peed on Young Miami. Y'all gotta think about it. When y'all look at these beautiful starlet women, and these women like, man, I sure like to fuck her. Man, if they've been with people like Diddy, they done got peed on. It's like, damn, y'all think yeah, R. Kelly the only dude peeing on people around here? It shit. You might as well call Hollywood a urine fest. They do all kinds of shit. And speaking of Young Miami, Momori Return said the irony is you would think Carisha, aka Young Miami, would jump on Michael B. Jordan. The second Lori and Jordan broke up, Keisha doesn't know how to pick. Yep. I mean, shit. That's pretty obvious with the evidence that you know content creators like Cynthia G has a extremely large fucking audience because basically it's full of Keishas that didn't know how to pick and now they're upset and just won't take accountability for their choices. That there goes that word accountability. But see, American Negro, what is up? I bet he does not mess with a sister again. He'll probably mess with a sister again and be right back out that motherfucker. Shoot. Like I said, he probably got a Wednesday and a Friday girl, or he probably got a New York and then a Detroit girl. Guys like this, y'all whether y'all want to admit it or not, a lot the guys you call corny, like Michael B. Jordan, they slide in and out some pussy. Shit, I found over Bear too. He's I love me some white girls. Yeah, shoot, slide in and out some pussy. Shit, I said shoot. But as far as taking one seriously, I don't know. This 2023 is shaping up real like it's socially is shaping up real bad for black people, but especially for the B dub. And it's gotten so bad. A lot of black women are really sick of other black women, and I've said it repeatedly. They really don't like each other. Like they'll come up here and do all this cap and everything, but they them bitches don't like each other. I'm not talking about all either, but you gotta say that. You gotta say not all. Kevin Murray. Yeah, facts. Yeah, somehow corny makes a man successful. Yeah. I'll take some of that corny any day of the week. I mean, yeah, Michael B. Jordan is a corny millionaire. Shoot. So let's get back to this situation. Yeah, look at that look on that man's face. I'm about to get this bitch. Like, no, not really. Because Michael B. Jordan is a professional, but he was looking at her like, seriously? You? I mean, if he specifically remembers you, you definitely had an impact on shaping his mentality. Now, also the irony that people are doing all this dick policing and will say, you just mad because what happened to you in high school and all the other shit. Come to find out, he was being called corny in high school. That maybe that this should teach you a lesson that if you really want productive black men who are about their business, who stay in shape, and so by the way, gives black people jobs. If you want guys like that to stay, you might want to treat them a little good. I mean, you ain't even got to go out your way to kiss their ass. Just give them basic human respect. That's why I hate when I hear shit like this. He's corny. For what? What the fuck is he corny for? For what? Corny is not meant to be a term of endearment. It's not. What makes him corny? And if I open up this panel, somebody gonna come up here and say, "Oh, he is corny. He look corny. There's no wrong being corny." I said, but why are you calling him corny? It's I tell you, some of us are extremely remedial. You know, and I had my imperfect moments too. So hey, Charles Irby, he took drama classes in high school. Black women say that nigga gay. Man, look, man, look. They'll call you gay for wearing certain kind of socks these days. Disclaimer: no offense to the LGBT community because I know how people can get about that. Shoot, like I said, the way I believe they about to start regulating in these social media streets, all of us need to be a little careful. Our message is getting a little bit too potent out there and starting to reshape things, and this is why everybody mad. This is why that's why you're about to see a wave of black man hatred throughout the media for the rest of 2023. Watch what I'm saying. Like, look, they releasing The Color Purple, the musical this year in the theaters too. Ooh, shit is about to be serious. And you're gonna see a lot of these little old simps emerge too. You're gonna see all kinds of new hoteps. Shoot. But the air about what happened here is a lot of people like they're saying good for him. I would have called her ass out too. Yeah, I definitely would have called her ass out too. I mean, you know, they say be humble in your success. And Michael B. Jordan is a consummate professional. You can't take that away from him. The way the way he's reacted to social media backlash has been phenomenal. Because when they were saying that, you know, he had a no black girls allowed yacht party, they roasted him on social media. And then this Chris Brown situation that was recent, saying that they wouldn't allow black girls at the party, and then he started showing pictures of the actual party where he was around black girls. That made me believe that whole thing was a lie. I don't believe he ever addressed the yacht party because I don't believe he felt it was as important as people were trying to make it out to be. He had a white girls only yacht party. So every time y'all say white girls only parties and y'all trying to roast these celebrities, you could possibly be lying, like most hoes do. Just be lie, 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 lie. That's why I don't believe that believe all women bullshit. Because hey, they keep lying on Chris Brown. Hell, they lie on Michael B. Jordan too. Shit. But yeah, no, that was satisfying. When I saw that little snippet, that was satisfying. Like in the snippet, Jonathan Majors came up, approached Michael B. Jordan, and he was like, "What up, dog? Boss, right?" Like she gonna ask the question, "Who are the sexiest between you two?" Now I'm bringing up Jonathan Majors for this. You know, I'll explain why I'm bringing up Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors immediately said, "What kind of question is that?" Because you know we all was like roasting that magazine cover of and yeah, I kind of said that it was effeminate too because he was doing the duck lips. Like I don't think that Jonathan Majors can help that. I don't think he can. Look at his facial structure. So I mean, still duck lips look kind of suspect, but he was imitating a anime character from this anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. So if I went a little bit too rough on it, I do apologize. But I will also say this: I took nothing away from Jonathan Majors at all. He is a phenomenal talent. But this situation, this as soon as it happened, as soon as it broke, because see, we're always talking about Michael B. Jordan. Hell, I'd have been satisfied if I saw Donald Glover do that shit. Oh, hey, it's you. Oh yeah, remember me? She even mentioned that they was in high school. Like, oh, we went to high school together. Me and Michael B. Jordan. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at us. This is my old high school classmate. And then he turned around and said, "Yeah, I was a corny kid. Yeah, I was a corny kid, right? Well, we didn't call you corny. No, no, it was you. Y'all, I mean, he specifically pointed her out. Yeah, oh, it was you. You know, I'm not. I'm pretty sure I'm like he was making it like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm not stupid. You know, L'Oreal, American Negro says, L'Oreal is a friend of Yee from the Black Breakfast Club. Angela Yee. Yeah, Angela Yee. The Breakfast Club. With, with, with simp ass DJ Envy and Charlemagne, the makeup artist on himself. But that motherfucker get his face beaten more than anyone. What I mean by face beating is powdered, nose powdered, all the, probably uses filler, make sure his eyebrows are arched perfectly. That motherfucker be wearing coconuts on his eyes at night. Shoot, that Breakfast Club. Man, I remember I seen this. I wish I'd have captured that clip on social media because I'd have put it in a short. Some dude got mad talking about some where the breakfast at. It helped that the dude was kind of chubby. That man was so mad. Where the breakfast at? You have to stop playing. Where the breakfast at? Officer Faulkner, what's going on? Oh, real talk. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Dude, is Spider-Man invisible before the bite? Now that he has value, the vapors are flowing. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. They say he Mike Jones the shit out this L'Oreal. I guess it's L'Oreal. But like I said, this did not go without a clout chase. Is it? But see, for people who, okay, let's use this word. For people who've ever been bullied, seriously, whoever got talked about, whoever got made to feel insignificant or somehow like they didn't belong, and it really was no reason for it. I mean, like if you're being a piece of shit, of course you're asking for it. But Michael B. Jordan wasn't asking for that shit. But for anybody who ever experienced that, male or female, hell, this is one of the most satisfying things you ever seen. Because you want to see shit like that happen. And he handled it really, really well. And like I said, it didn't go without his little backlash. So, but who the fuck cares? Treat people well. You never know what's down the line. He could have helped L'Oreal's career just by appearing on her podcast. I forgot the name of the podcast, but yeah, he could have did. He could have agreed to do an interview. Yeah, we was in high school. Yeah, I remember we was real cool. Yeah, I help you out. No, she fucked that up early. Also, Faulkner, what dumbass would call them corny? Black folks. Now outside of the people he went to and he went to high school with that was calling them corny. There's a lot of people on social media, especially these old wannabe cool ass simp dudes that was calling them corny. Oh man, he ain't put it down right because every time we break up, it's because we ain't put it down right. They're hating. They're hating on Jonathan Majors. Yeah, like I don't know. I guess somebody on social media, I don't know who it was, said that Jonathan Majors had a slave face. As much as these motherfuckers be crying about racism, as much as these motherfuckers crying about I don't want to see no more slave films, you gonna say that about old Jonathan Majors. But but still, I'm in no position to sit up here and judge guys on their looks. Cause there's some Jimmy Walker motherfuckers out there that got plenty of pussy. So hey, that's up to that the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'll say that. Yeah, but I mean, for real though, man, you look up Jonathan Majors and look at his images that pop up in Google. Yeah, some of that stuff could look kind of, I don't know, wonky, but hey, that's pretty much up to you. But like I said, with the whole duck lips thing, I don't. If you look at his facial structure, I don't really think he can help it. Snowman Multimedia, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. War Ready Mindset, what is up? Most likely he was imitating a character from One Piece, Officer Faulkner says. Yeah, he confirmed that. War Ready Mindset, what is up? Jonathan Majors was on code in that video as well. Yeah, we're always, for some reason, we're always fighting to throw somebody away, especially if it's a black man. And it's like, I'm sorry, black man, we're the strength of the black community. It's in the best, and I'm not saying this as some type of veiled threat, but it's in the best interest of the black community to treat its strength with some type of respect. And I'm not begging for that shit either. I'm telling the truth, and we know how much we hate the truth, now don't we? Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power. I'm all late. Hope everyone's doing well. You're never late, brother. You're always on time. Gee, don't worry about it, man. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting pussy. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Let me tell you the one I already said myself. Success is the best revenge. Snowman Multimedia says, been where Michael B. Jordan has been called corny and a nerd all my life. Still get called that as well as a loser. Now folk hate me for first and foremost beating pancreatic cancer. People are so bent on sticking to their hate because even when they are put in a position to have to empathize, people just don't want to let the shit go. People just don't let you. Like I said, your whole family could die. People don't want to let their hate go. Because I'm on social media and I speak out of turn, man. People said, fuck my dead mother. I've already heard that several times. For real. Recently, I've heard it. Fuck your dead mother. For what? For what? Because I disagree with you? Because I won't let you pick on me? See, the thing is, like, I was never like Michael B. Jordan. You fuck with me, I'll fuck with you right then and there. You know what the usual typical ass response from a black person is once they fuck with you and they find out they can't? Oh, man, I was just playing. Oh, man, stop being sensitive. I hate that shit. You just because somebody responds to you insulting them in kind, I'm like, hell, it's good for me. It's good for you too, motherfucker, you dumbass. So, man, why you mad? Why stop being sensitive? Why the fuck you want to get away with fucking with people? That's not how life works. I'm sure she thought she could get away with it too, because that's the Western culture black mentality. You say something to somebody, oh, why you letting it get to you? Oh, you're so sad. You get mad about everything. Why you mad? Why you mad? Why you mad? Like, this just like a broken fucking record. You can't pick on someone for free. And it's never free, trust me. That's what Michael B. Jordan just showed you. And then we want to go into all this little gaslight because, we can't be the winner. How about, why don't you just shut the fuck up in the first fucking place and try to get to know somebody? But no, we got to be cool. We got to spend too much money impressing people that we don't like. We got to get into all kinds of bullshit. Prime VA 757, what's going on? Hybrid Catastrophic. KS has passed away and he's still hating. I mean, for real. Right, for real. Like, I would have to call Kevin Samuels in death the ultimate troll. Like the Ultimate Warrior used to run down the ring, shake the ropes. Kevin Samuels is the ultimate troll. He's trolling people in death. And if you sit up here still dedicating your time and energy to shitting on Kevin Samuels, that motherfucker has won. He has won out forever. Shut the fuck up and hope people forget about all that effort you put into trying to fuck with a dead man, because it makes you look like shit. It makes you look like you don't have a fucking life. How the hell you mad at a dead man? That motherfucker can't do nothing else. He can't do nothing else. Not anything. Literally. Literally can't do nothing. And so how weak is that to let a dead man affect your life in that way? Oh, we just having fun, man. Oh, we just trolling. Oh, why you so sad? Oh my God. Shut up. If you stand up there like displaying hatred for Kevin Samuels on a daily basis on social media, you have lost. Period. You have lost, or you're in the process of losing. Headed for an inevitable defeat. Michael B. Jordan satisfyingly destroys a detractor without even cursing. The look said it all. And people gonna still bitch and moan about him. Black men are, I already seen it. Black men are so sensitive. You can't just go around fucking with people for free. I said this last night. Black people are some of the worst bullies I've ever seen. You bully someone and then you turn around and play victim when they retaliate. Immediately. It takes like 0.2 seconds to play victim every time somebody be like, "Oh man, you corny motherfucker." Then they say, "Oh, why you so man, huh? Why you so sensitive?" Let me stop. I done went off on a tangent. Oh, but like I said, this doesn't go without a clout chase, because of no doubt you'll be hearing about this sooner or later. Jada Black is already talking about it. Shout out to him. Now you got someone else out there whose people have barely heard of, and I didn't hear about until like a couple hours ago. This person named Dominic the Diva. They're already trying to disprove what he said by saying, "I'm the one that called him corny on a podcast." That's like, you dumbass. Talk about, I got the podcast right here. It wasn't her that called him corny. It was me. And then turn around and say he corny for dating white girls. I bet your favorite athlete is Serena Williams. Talking about he corny for dating white girls. See, thought you bitches didn't care. Thought y'all didn't care. We don't care who these niggas date. Just don't put down black women. And then earlier I told you about when he did Michael B. Jordan made the strawberry comment. That girl interpreted it as putting down black women. I say, you need to fucking stop, please. Please stop before you continue to further make us bad. And see, that was in 2018. Fast forward to 2023, and we've had some pretty polarizing moments. But I can barely read that. I don't even really think that is that it said, but at the top of that paragraph, it says the blogs only post half bullshit. This man talking about a girl he went to high school with. What the fuck is she even talking about? And why is she even speaking? That's why some people should just shut the fuck up and quit while they're ahead. Now here's what she said. The quote is up there. Because this is off the Shade Room. Shade Room has done a lot of dick policing. Because around the same time they were roasting Michael B. Jordan for supposedly having a white girl on the yacht party, they were praising Malaya Obama for dating a white dude. I remember that vividly. Oh, they so cute. Oh, she doing her thing, yay. She had to go get her white man. Same bitches that's chastising Michael B. Jordan. But this Dominique the Diva is quoted. Any black man that dates white women is corny to me. I guess that PR relationship with Lori helped. Y'all forget, but I didn't. Who the fuck cares about you? Why don't you get you a Michael B. Jordan or better and shut the fuck up? Clout chasing immediately. This black man is wrong. I'm the one that said it. It's me, Austin. It's me, Austin. No, bitch. No, shut up. Sit your head down. Plenty of people have called Michael B. Jordan corny since, I guess since high school, if we want to really tell the truth. Hybrid says B-dubs are so problematic that women from other nations are coming for them, like what Mike Tyson said to Lennox Lewis. Let me tell y'all about that because, man, Mike, that's you that you shouldn't. No, Mike Tyson. I think he was overzealous in trying to show how ruthless and how much of a killer he was in the ring. Mike Mike Tyson told Lennox Lewis, "I'm gonna eat your children," because he was like, "I'm the baddest. I can't be stopped. I'm gonna eat his children. Praise Allah." And I remember we was all like, "No, Mike, no, don't say that, Michael. Don't say that, Mike Tyson. No." But yeah, to make that like women from other nations are coming for women like uh okay, that's the wrong comparison. I thought you was talking about Michael B. Jordan and how he be getting all these exotic chicks. But yeah, that too. But yeah, I believe you might be referring to all these answers to these girls saying that over here making all these social media videos saying that these foreign chicks that these passport bros are going after are dusty third world, desperate for a green card. They're stupid. They're not very intelligent. And then especially the Asian women, they who speak perfect English, they've been making some hella clapback videos on that. Southpaw 2K1, what's going on? Says female bullies are like the Al Qaeda of the playground. They can make fun of both your parents, steal your lunch, but as soon as you defend yourself, you're the great Satan. I'm a female. How dare you argue with women? Yeah, I covered that in my other short. How does man say men submit faster than women do because they don't want to argue? Because because like that, like I said, they can insult you till the cows come home. They could dig up all your dead relatives and spit on your kids. The second you decide to smack them and say shut the fuck up, you are the villain. I don't smack women, but I'm just saying if somebody go as far as to dig up your dead relatives and spit on your children, you better smack their asses. I don't care who they are. And get all the way the fuck out of here, fucking with me. Shit. You better have a better chance of fucking with a bear. She helped the bear. Oh, but shoot. Say female bullies like the Al Qaeda of the playground. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, you probably apply that logic to black folks as well as like how they bully and talk about everyone. Because the second they say some bullshit to you, they know they said some bullshit. They'll turn around and say, "No, I was just playing. I was just playing. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding." I mean, we'll spit out two sentences of bullshit and then immediately, "I'm just kidding, man. Don't, man, what you get, man? Oh, man, you so sensitive." Yeah, they'll do all that shit. Dane one. What is up? You need to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. Have a Coke and a smile, an 80s slogan for Coca-Cola. I think it was right after Coke is it. Till more raps about cocaine used to come out. But eating a man's children in this day and age is sus. But you got these chicks out here like Young Miami. She's swallowing she's swallowing babies. She's having throat kids and she's getting peed on like she's 14 years old and she's around old Robert. I mean, and dang one, I don't know exactly that's exactly the insult that you want to use because I mean when women get called lionesses is a good thing, but I see where you're going with that. So haha, yeah. But this whole Dominique the Diva thing, that's a clout. That's a straight up that's a straight up clout chase. Yeah, Young Miami is a savage. Yeah, I remember when that twerk video came out with Cardi B and her. I think the other city girl was in jail at the time. That video broke the internet. Herbert says hyenas is more likely. Yeah, but shoot, see what? Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about this shit right here. Yeah, this is the first time I ever saw Michael B. Jordan, ever heard of Michael B. Jordan, was this movie right here. To this day, I still can't put that movie together. No, like I tried to watch it like a couple times, and it was torture getting through the first time. The second time, I tried to understand it. Uh, this movie for him might have been a career killer before he got started, because the other two, I would say Miles Teller bounced back and was able to go on to other roles. He was just in Top Gun Maverick. Um, and but Michael B. Jordan, this could, thank God it wasn't a career killer for him, because yeah, I mean when he hooked up with Ryan Coogler, that pretty much solidified his career. I mean, he had, after the Fantastic Four, he had Fruitvale Station, Creed, then he went on to do Black Panther in possibly his most iconic role, Eric Killmonger. And but Creed 3 could throw Adonis Creed into iconography, because it is Michael, even though Ryan Coogler was involved in Creed 3, um, it was Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. So we'll see how he does. But like I said, the sky's the limit for this young man. And thank God it didn't stop at this dumbass film right here. Oh God, it was stupid, man. It didn't. It was like production was doomed because they had to change directors, because dude was always coming to work drunk as shit and underprepared. The script was crap. And I mean, this for it, like, people, the Fantastic Four movies with Chris Evans, the guy that played Captain America as the Human Torch, those movies were pretty campy. The second Fantastic Four, they must have lost the budget on that one. I mean, Lawrence Fishburne as Silver Surfer was pretty cool, but that movie, nah. So this was the second time they failed at making a Fantastic Four film. Now they're supposed to be making a Fantastic Four film for the MCU, and I was excited about MCU films up until a certain point. Um, Probably after Endgame and Spider-Man: No Way Home, like my it's not superhero fatigue. They started getting all woke and shit. So I'm not even excited for that Fantastic Four film. And I want to be excited for the new Blade coming up, but I'm not excited for that film either. But we shall see if they can finally get the Fantastic Four right. But with Michael B. Jordan, they had a planned sequel for this movie that was immediately scrapped because this film right here absolutely fucking sucked. So, but like I said, oh, he played Oscar Grant in Fruitvale Station, and those are one of those films that will upset you watching. I mean, it's just I just don't like looking at shit like that, because then like the cop will shoot you and then act so fucking innocent. It's like, fuck you, dude, you untrained piece of shit. Another young black man had to die. But hey, you know what? I'm glad that young men like that, young men like Michael B. Jordan, is able to have the acting chops to make films like that, so we can keep our awareness going. Dave Towle, what's going on? Harvey Cat, what? That man's on the screen. What? Hold on, man. Hold on, real quick. He's a woman that pretty but has stank coochie is the real definition of a cat. Not more than Rosewood. Yeah, Rosewood made me pretty mad too. Yeah, there's some films that make you very uncomfortably angry out there, and Michael B. Jordan has the distinguishment of being in one of them. Birth of a Nation with Nate Parker. That was probably one of the most satisfying films that made you angry. But niggas, he made a white woman. I'm a dick police instead. Dick police. Nate Parker shares something in common with Michael B. Jordan. Dick policed. But yeah, shit, let me get this off before. Yeah, this is him appearing on Saturday Night Live. when he explained the Lori Harvey situation, and they say he kind of roasted her too. He kind of did, but any little subtle hint, they'll be talking about somebody roasted somebody. Remember, Michael B. Jordan was Michael B. Jordan before Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey was just fucking dudes. Diddy and his son. Oh, okay. Since there are 44 people in the building and there's enough people that are participating in the chat, give me what give me what you believe the definition of corny is. Southpaw 2K1 said he roasted her. They tried dishing out dirt on Nate Parker. That movie did suck. That movie did suck. What movie are you talking about, Dave Tao? Are you talking about Fantastic Four? Michael H. He played Wallace in The Wire. Yeah, The Wire. That was a movie. I mean, that was a series that I watched very few episodes on. It was a hit, but I watched very few episodes on it. I might go back and binge watch it one day. Information Man Show. What is up? Yeah. I want to show you all this image right here. Like, will Michael B. Jordan ever do a role more iconic than Eric Killmonger? Like I said, there's a possibility he could pull that off with Adonis Creed. See, but the thing is about Creed is that Creed has that Rocky shadow. But for some reason, Sylvester Stallone is really mad at that film. And I'd really like to go see that film. Not only to see how, they carry on the story of Adonis Creed. Well, I ain't got the Creed slide up. I'll hold up 1 second. Yeah, to carry on the legacy of Adonis Creed. But it was what he said this movie is focused more on is family. I would say family and protecting what's yours from someone who appears to be a lot worse than Clubber Lang. Now I don't know if they can get better than Clubber Lang on Rocky. And the truth be told, Clubber Lang should have won both fights. I mean, they tried to play this little thing like, Rocky was playing rope a dope in the second fight, but no, Clubber Lang was supposed to get him the second time. Like, I don't care what nobody say. That was just damn plot device right there. Clubber Lang was supposed to whoop the shit out of Rocky a second time. I don't know. Clubber Lang is probably one of my favorite movie villains, but he didn't like Apollo Creed, and the way Apollo Creed went out, man, it made me feel a certain way. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just one of these black guys that really and truly embodies what it's like to be kind of loyal to your people, even though I ain't got really not all that great a reason to be, based on based on things that I've observed in my life, and sometimes that can be a huge waste of time for black men. But I would never discourage a black man from trying to put efforts forth to mend fences, I would say. No pun intended. But shit. Um, Creed, one major plot point that I have a problem with is how old could Adonis Creed possibly be if his daddy died in 1984? Think about it. 94, 2000, 2004, 2024. Say 84 to 94, 94 to, yeah, that's 40, yeah, about 40 years. It's clear that Adonis Creed is not supposed to be over 40 years old. That's the, like, I've been trying to figure this shit out for years. How the fuck? I mean, does Creed take place like a few years ago? Like what? Like what? That's the only way that his age makes sense. Or are we trying to say that Rocky could have possibly happened later than the movie depicted? I mean, shoot. Adonis is 40, LOL. I mean, but when he first Shit, maybe I don't know. Shit, was he over 30 when he made his boxing debut? When he went to that gym and got his ass whooping, his car taken? Like he was young. He was a young guy in the first Creed. He was a young guy. He had this good job, and he decided, hey, fuck it, I'm going to be a boxer. Who decides to be a boxer at 30 plus? I mean, it's possible. I mean, look at Dewey Bozella. I mean, for anybody that knows that story. Shoot. But my problem is with Adonis Creed's age. Because supposedly, uh, Apollo Creed died in like 1984, 1985. So I mean, hell, shoot, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. Maybe the ages are accurate. Shoot, I don't know. I just need to go through that plot again because I may be like shooting in the dark or some shit like that. She could have been pregnant in Rocky Four. Yeah, dang one. Thanks, thank you. That's yeah. I mean, either way, it is what it is. According to the story, Adonis Creed is the son of Apollo Creed, and it's very possible that a world champion caliber actor, not actor, athlete, a world champion caliber athlete, yeah, probably had quite a few women in his day. So very possible. Felicia Rashad playing the mother though, like great, awesome casting choice. And that was actually a recast because if you seen the first woman that played Apollo Creed, it wasn't very significant. Wasn't very significant at all. I think the only line she had was in like the first Rocky. She had like a couple lines, and then in Rocky Four, Apollo. That's the only thing she said the last time he saw her. All of a sudden, Rocky punching sides of beef in Russia. Oh no! On all the moves. Says born in '86. He's 36. That's reasonable. Y'all know I'm counting my fingers right now. Yeah, probably like I said, maybe I'm thinking about it a little bit too much. Maybe I'm thinking about it a little bit too much. Yeah, maybe the age is all right. You know, Rocky Four was dope. Man, Rocky Four had too many like workout expositions, and I know what that was for. It was to encourage people to stay in shape because I think President Reagan at the time uh, was using Arnold Schwarzenegger as this like this ambassador for physical fitness, and they was actually doing some shit that like they actually had a campaign that actually helped men. You know, keep your ass in shape. Look at Rocky. Rocky running in the goddamn snow. I'm 33, born in '89. Okay. All right. Good to have you on all the moves. For real. I don't know if you've been here before. I don't remember seeing your name before, but hey, thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate it. Robert Nelson, what's going on? Kevin, I'm glad we was getting a straight black man. Yeah, because I mean, for real, dude, the way they trying to portray us in the media these days, mm, man. I mean, they either portray us as like weak, pushover, or the rainbow flag kind. That's why I stopped watching the CW. Like I used to be kind of huge on CW Arrowverse, but then when they started doing all that shit to black men, I was like, man, fuck you. The only black man really that they had that was kind of straight up was Diggle. That was it. But then when they did that to Mister Terrific, I was like, man, fuck this place. And then Black Lightning, which I watch a lot of Black Lightning. I mean, I like Tobias. I thought Tobias, the albino dude, like that was the main villain. I thought he was the best part of the show. But the way they did Black Lightning and the way they portrayed how his family treated him, hell no. You say you met Mr. Terrific, the guy who played Mr. Terrific? On all the moves. The story from the first movie is that Adonis Creed mom was pregnant when he died. If Apollo died in 85, makes sense. Okay. All right. Here's what I'll go ahead and do. I'll concede. I'll concede the point. Yeah, his age does make sense. All right. Thanks. Thanks for helping me clear that up because I was very confused. So 85 to 2000 is 15 years. 2002. What year the first Creed came out? Like 2014, 2015. What year did the first Creed come out? Yeah, his age is reasonable. Yeah, it is, and I mean, like, I'm treating, I'm treating 30 like some of y'all treat 30, like it's already old. All right, cool. We've worked that out. I concede the point. I was off. The age makes sense. Ali was 36 when he beat Leon Spinks in the rematch in September. Okay. Yeah, Ali faded after that fight. Because I think Muhammad Ali's last major boxing match, I think, was against Larry Holmes. And Larry Holmes beat a guy who wasn't half the person that he used to be at that time. It also we mentioned Mike Tyson earlier, Mr. I'ma eat his children, praise Allah. Yeah, Mike Tyson beat Larry Holmes as revenge for what he did with Muhammad Ali. Just to throw that fact out there. Kevin, be glad they might be thinking to get Shannon Sharp stylist as love interest to Jonathan Majors. Shannon Sharp stylist? Let me Google this, see who this is. By the way, Jonathan Majors is already a daddy. So whether y'all believe that confirms his straightness or not, shoot, it is what it is. He does have children or a child. He has a daughter. He's a dad with a daughter. You know how we feel about those guys. Let me tell you something. When Apollo Creed came out, Living in America, had James Brown, bring him out. I was like, damn, that's a. I mean, when you look back at the film Rocky Four, that was like the perfect send off for Apollo Creed. That man died fighting. He died doing what he loved. Like in the movie, he said, it's like once the fight leaves you, what's the point in going on? What's the point in living anymore when the fight leaves you? Hell, Mike Tyson had like an epiphany back along like a while back, saying that that he welcomes death, as a warrior, something to that effect. So when we look back, Adonis Creed's father died a warrior's death. He died in battle. You know, there's not too many things more masculine than dying in battle. Even though he lost the fight clearly to a motherfucker that was way stronger than him, that should not have been in the ring in the first place because he was taking PEDs. Yeah, Ivan Drago was taking PEDs. He was taking PEDs before he fought Rocky. That's why Rocky couldn't fight anymore. And man, getting their head wrong too many times in that match. I mean, I know it's just a movie, but still. That's what happened to Muhammad Ali. He got punch drunk. Dang what Apollo got socked out. He told Rocky not to throw in the towel. God damn it, Stallion. Man, Apollo Creed called another grown man Stallion. Well, Stallion is a male horse. I've heard that argument against Megan the Stallion. But then again, I was like, we always call fine women who had nice legs and nice asses stallions. But if you want to be super technical about it, but come on, Stallion, you gotta have the eye of the tiger. I was like, man, decide what animal you want to call this man. No main, no main purpose should be mentoring the boys, not dying a warrior's death, getting the next generation of boys ready. I mean, which is a good point. We got to remember Rocky was a movie, but Rogish the Build Monger, what is up, man? So just like the ending of the movie Hero with Jet Li. Yeah, he died a warrior's death. Like he allowed himself to be executed because like he understood that the importance that the king must live to reshape the nation. So yeah. And the king executed him anyway, based on principle. Mike Tyson, the same guy that said he gets erections when he wants to hurt someone in the ring badly, he said it on Joe Rogan. I mean, I guess you can liken that to when Ice-T in New Jack City said to Nino Brown, "I want to shoot you so bad my dick's hard." So people get their jollies different ways. And Mike Tyson part of that weird celebrity culture. So shoot, remember when Mike Tyson jumped Boosie for talking about Dwayne Wade's uh whatever that them they oh shit. Shoot. Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, man. I laughed at that Apollo Creed scene for years. I was like, look at this man with this big old hat on. That man was dancing his ass off. I said he must have knew he was going out. Cause like when they got in that ring and Apollo tried to hit his gloves and he didn't budge, that's when Apollo had that look on his face like, oh shit. And then it was supposed to be an exhibition match. It wasn't even it was supposed to be like that fight Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. had not too long ago. He wasn't supposed to be trying to kill nobody. I want to be like, if he dies, he dies. That was not an image I wanted to see back then. Because even me and my brothers was talking like this. Why the black man always got to look like he losing like that? I guess plot device. Dane Juan, Wade is a fucking cuck. Yeah, kinda. Mike was my favorite boxer when I was a kid. Sugar Ray is an adult. Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard was badass. No, Mike did something when he was locked up. That's weird. He said, I bet every pilgrim police officer got a hell of a rise out of that part. Pardon the pun and pause. Shit, I'm sure. Said Kevin, I was 11. That it another racist shot at black men. Mm, yeah, I bet any racist like that part where Apollo Creed died at the hands of Ivan Drago. I bet you a lot of these folks had posters on their wall of Apollo Creed falling with that glove up in there. I'm like, man, why they do Apollo like that? Dying a warrior's death. Jake Paul lost earlier to Tommy Fury via decision. Like, now, a lot of people have always wanted to see that. They wanted to see Jake Paul lose because, he's an internet boxer or whatever. He's a social media influencer that beats up on old like washed up MMA fighters. I mean that I still wouldn't mess with. I wouldn't pick a fight with Tyron Woodley or even Ben Askren. Those guys are legitimate badasses. I mean, I don't care how many times you've seen Stipe Miocic beat up Alistair Overeem. Shit, you wouldn't go up there fucking with Alistair Overeem? Shoot. But Tommy Fury, that fight might actually make Jake Paul into a better boxer. Not that I'm vouching for the dude that was on a social media video boxing a big a black dildo that you know strongly resembled a BBC. I was like, I thought that was weird as fuck. And the fact that the internet doesn't melt when guys like Jake Paul does that says a lot about us. It's like, man, that was some weird shit. What exactly is this dude trying to say? Boxing a big black dildo. Talking about Jake Paul. Rocky Four hated that part. He was the better fighter. Oh, he was. Oh, you was talking about that line that Ice T said in New Jack City. You was at you bet every Pilgrim police officer love that part. Yeah, black on black violence. I mean, we say light skin on black violence. Yeah, but yeah, hybrid. I think there's gonna be a rematch between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, and that's where all the money gonna come in. They're like, oh, this is the guy that beat Jake Paul before, the guy that won against Anderson Silva. Man, look, to Anderson Silva, probably my favorite MMA fighter of all time. Yeah, that was sus as fuck. I was like, yeah, like everybody was like, it was a reflection of the white man's jealousy for the BBC and how his woman desires the BBC, which is probably plausible, which is very plausible as a matter of fact. Hmm. Mine was Rampage, Quentin Rampage Jackson. Man, let me tell you something. We used to go, like me and my friends used to go to this little pub called Fox and Hound in Montgomery, and they used to show all of the WWE wrestling pay per views and all of the UFC pay per views. I used to go there, order billiard sticks, or like get whatever they beer specials are, they pictures and stuff, and we just sit there and drink beer and enjoy the events. I remember the UFC where Quentin Rampage Jackson and Chuck Liddell was the main event. That night, that UFC, every black fighter won. They even had this dude named Ivan Salaverry or something. I think that was his name. And he was just like, he was one of these guys that was knocking folks out, tapping folks out, dancing in the ring. Even the unknown black guy beat his ass. Like that was a night that made me very proud. And Rampage talked so much shit up into that fight. He said, "I'm gonna whoop Chuck ass. I'm gonna beat his ass." And he went in there and did exactly what he said he was gonna do. And this is for hybrid right here. You know who ended up beating Quentin Rampage Jackson in his I think in like his final match in the UFC? If I'm not mistaken, his final match in the UFC was against John Bones Jones. John Jones is just unstoppable. Like, and we'll see if translating himself into a heavyweight, getting his weight up to a heavyweight, we'll see what he does with Cyril Gahn. Cyril Gahn is a boring fighter to me. Like I kind of look at Cyril Gahn like I look at Shane Carwin. It's like there's hope for you guys, but you probably won't beat the guy you're about to go up against. You know, Shane Carwin was like he fought Brock Lesnar. I remember being in Texas, and we went to like a Spanish bar in Texas. Me and my brother-in-law, and that place like this was back like 10, 11 years ago. Yeah, you know, again drinking beer, trying to order us some wings and stuff. Like the bar we went to, it was packed out, and it was like a Spanish chica version of Hooters. Man, that place was beautiful. The servers were looking right, and like they had UFC all over the screens. Shoot, that was a great night. We had a good time because it was like me, my brother in law, and a homie of his. Then we went to the strip club after that. And watched UFC strip club all in one night. And that night, Brock Lesnar and Shane Carwin fought. Shane Carwin looked like he could have beat Brock Lesnar, but he got gassed up. He got gassed out. He couldn't. And then when he got gassed out and out of breath, Brock's wrestling took over. Brock didn't get past that next fight. The next fight was with Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar. But Hybrid says John Jones and Cyril Gane are fighting next week. I need to find a way to watch that. No, I don't really go to bars or anything anymore. I'm a little old for that shit, but I will go watch a UFC fight. Because I like watching John Jones fights. Yeah, that last time he fought Daniel Cormier, he made that man cry. Like Daniel Cormier didn't have a chance, but like then Jones like failed a drug test, and that fight was I think the fight got ruled a no contest. Cyril Gane embarrassed Derek Lewis. Gane is good, but I'm going with Jones. Yeah, Derek Lewis. I had high hopes for Derek Lewis too. I mean, excuse me. He was one of those guys in an interview. He was as real as it came. I like the way he won fights, like the way he celebrated. But but because of the shape that Derek Lewis was in, it was inevitable that he was going to run into a fighter like Cyril Gane. I don't know what happened with that Derek Lewis Francis Ngannou fight, because that fight, it's like they wasn't even trying to really fight each other. I don't know what the hell happened in that fight. Shoot. It was like when Israel Adesanya and Yo Romero fought each other. Cormier is the Frazier to Jones Ali, but Cormier never beat John Jones. Frazier beat Ali. But I get what you're saying. Like there's actual hate there. Like it was hatred between Ali and Frazier. Ali used to talk so much shit about Joe Frazier to the point where like he was calling Joe Frazier a paper champ. He was the white man's champ, talking about Joe Frazier like he was a dumb nigga. It's like for real. I was like, damn. I mean, I watched a documentary on that, and Joe Frazier was like seriously pissed off with Ali. Seriously pissed off. But that's what they did to get that hype up surrounding that fight. Got to talk some shit. Muhammad Ali really showed people how to promote a fight. Romero was doing his impression of a statue when he fought Izzy. LOL. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't like seeing two top tier fighters get in the ring or get in the octagon and not taking advantage of that shit, not giving their all, like not doing the Forrest Griffin Stephon Bonner in the ultimate finale of the first season of the Ultimate Fighter. Oh, by the way, rest in peace, Stephon Bonner. Like he died recently. So yeah, but when I saw that fight between Forrest Griffin and Stephon Bonner in the ultimate finale, their ultimate finale showdown, that was the same night that Rich Franklin knocked the fuck out of Ken Shamrock. Man, I was like, every fight should be like that. Usman and Covington. Man, I wanted Kamaru Usman to beat Kobe Covington though. That Kobe Covington, one of them fighters that make you feel a certain way. Robert Nelson. I'm from PA. Outside, Ali turning his back on Malcolm. That Frazier stuff, didn't care for it all. Okay. So I'm sure you used to hear plenty of stories from the elders in your area. Yeah, Derek Lewis took his shorts off after win and told Rogan my balls were hot. LOL. Yeah, he did, man. That's why Dana White he was really, from what I hear, he was really hoping that Cyril Gahn would beat Derek Lewis because uh, he didn't want Derek Lewis really to represent his brand. And Derek Lewis was doing a lot better than he thought. Now, Derek Lewis, as of late, I think he shredded some weight. I think he's trying to get himself in shape because the one real problem with Derek Lewis being that size, he can get winded. Ray Hama the Hama Force, I'm blocked on your main channel. How are you blocked on my main channel? Who blocked you? I didn't block you. I mean, I'll check it out and see if there's any type of block, but it ain't me, bro. It's YouTube. Ray Hama. So I'm telling you right here, I didn't do anything to make that happen. I don't know how I don't know how you're blocked. Wait a minute, are you on the backup channel? Hold on one second. Yeah, I got two viewers on the backup channel. Yeah. I'll definitely check that out, but I guarantee you, man, it ain't me. I shoot, and that's why I say if you are blocked, that's why I say I got too many moderators because I don't know who's doing what. So let me see if I can see if I can see you on the yeah, damn. I can't see your comments. No, wait a minute. You're on try try to make a comment. Try to make a comment on the main channel again and see if I can see it. Cause if not, man, I'll look into it, Ray Hama. Cause I know that y'all on my main channel, y'all can't see his comment. But he said he's blocked. He's probably on the backup channel. He's blocked on the main channel. I do apologize. I see what's going on, but I guarantee it ain't me. It's probably YouTube. Like, see, when you name something black men being brutally honest, you take a chance with your algorithm. You take a chance with your algorithm. SLN Fitness, what's going on? Do you think John would have beaten Francis? We will never know the answer to that. Man, because Francis Ngannou is a knockout machine. But John Jones is such a complete fighter. Like, damn. That if Ngannou being a knockout machine performed the way he performed with Derek Lewis, John Jones would have beat him. I'll say that. Francis Ngannou would have had to go in this fight at his very best, his best version. Because who has beaten John Jones? Nobody. He beats himself. John Jones beats himself. Them drug tests beat Jones. His outside troubles beats him. Shit. The fighter that I seen hang with John Jones the best was Ovin St. Preux. The one that had that weird shoulder choke. Like he'll choke you out with his shoulder. He couldn't get it on John Jones for. Let me tell you something I thought was corny. That entrance music he had when he fought Ovin St. Preux. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. I hated that song. If Ngannou, let me open up this link. Let me drop this link because I'm talking. I went from Michael B. Jordan to UFC, and a lot of the audience is still here. Francis got training from Michael Jai White, a man that has claimed that he wouldn't fight it. He wouldn't be an MMA fighter because MMA fighters are broke. Paste. Yeah. There goes the link. Anybody want to come up briefly? Because shoot, I can go about another 30 minutes. If John avoids the knockout, then he wins. Exactly. But if Ngannou catches him, I don't know. Like I said, we never seen Jones really lose. We never seen John Jones really lose. We never seen no. I mean, you seen people hand it to Brock Lesnar. You've never seen nobody hand it to John Jones. So that's a really difficult one. Can't I agree with Faulkner. It'll probably be the ability for John Jones to be able to take a punch. Oh, speaking of the good officer, what it is?
What's up, man?
What
I'm just gonna say this. It's hard for me to judge John Jones because how many fights was he on drugs? But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's it's hard for because I always said, the best pound for pound MMA fighters I've ever seen in my life was Demetrius Johnson, Fedor Emelianenko, and George St. Pierre. John is there, but John has to come to the ring clean.
yeah,
And how do you fight Cormier twice on steroids and drugs?
mm,
That's not a good legacy. That's a legacy killer, man. And if he avoids the knockout blows, because yes, Francis has a weakness towards wrestling,
mm,
and he throws so wild that somebody who's accurate will always catch him. So it is what it is. Like a lot of people look at fights and don't understand the fight game.
mm, yeah, yeah. See, yeah, I'm more of a I'm more of like a fight spectator. I would say.
It's more people look for the big things. Like if you took Prime Ken Shamrock, it would be really hard to beat him.
Yeah, Shamrock was a killer.
Prime Shamrock in his prime was very hard to beat,
Yeah.
and it's by the time he came back, the sport evolved, and plus he had nagging injuries.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was older. That's when he started getting dusted by Tito Ortiz.
That's because he lost weight too.
Yeah.
But mm, so a lot of things, even when Tito went against Randy Couture, they thought Randy was going to lose. So like, you know, Randy's a way better wrestler, has a way better track record against guys. He's wrestling guys his size now. Like he destroyed Tito. He embarrassed him.
Man, dude, yeah, man. You remember what he did to Tim Sylvia?
I mean, Tim Sylvia, I watched it live. Like he literally knocked him down in the first 10 seconds with a right overhand right, and then took down a much 60, damn near almost 40 pounds, almost 50 pounds heavier Tim Sylvia. Out wrestled him, outstruck him.
Mm.
I mean,
Man, after that first knockdown, though, that man looked like he didn't know where he was.
yeah, he didn't believe that he could just get knocked out. This was Tim Sylvia. The guy who was knocking people out.
Yeah, no, he was like, and he was one of those guys that Dana didn't like too much either. Like, if I can remember, Tim Sylvia.
Probably his awkward frame, and he he was a big guy with a good punch. I mean, do people think, oh, well, John Jones? I've seen John Jones fight live when he was in Baltimore. Come on now.
Mhm.
Um, I think John is one of the best fighters that I've seen. It's just his troubles always get into his way. Like,
Yeah,
it fucks up his legacy.
yeah. SLN Fitness. A lot of these situations are ever changing as well. John Jones supposedly was like he wanted to move the heavyweight to fight Brock Lesnar, if I'm not mistaken.
See, a lot of people don't follow the sport, and a lot of people are Johnny come latelys. John Jones was eventually going to go to heavyweight anyway. He cuts
Yeah.
goddamn too much weight already. He's like 6'4". Come on now, he walks around at like 230.
Mm.
You look at his brother Arthur Jones. When I met him, his brothers, they're fucking defensive, linemen. So that's what John Jones naturally would be if he didn't
Oh.
cut weight.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that he was actually, as a fighter, he was actually cutting weight.
Yeah, he was. What 6'4" motherfucker do you see at 204 pounds naturally?
204 pounds.
How many do you see at 204 pounds naturally?
Uh, yeah,
You
that would.
don't.
Yeah, he would be a pretty skinny guy. Like, dude, you need to eat.
He cuts weight, man. He cuts from like 235, 240 almost. Goddamn.
Mm,
Even when I met Forrest Griffin, I mean, he cut weight like 30 pounds.
mm,
And people don't understand that that's a lot of weight to cut, man.
mm. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. But yeah, John Jones was like, yeah, he's been trying to, he was going to enter heavyweight for a long time. It was always talks of that. In Ngannou, I wouldn't say Ngannou was the perfect fighter.
He's far from the perfect fighter.
Yeah,
And he just has knockout power.
yeah, he's a knockout artist.
I mean,
But you know who else? You know who else was
even
a
when you
knockout
fight,
artist?
even when you fight wild like that, his style is very wild.
Hmm.
It's
I
just
mean,
like it's no different than when people were telling me how um what's his name? What's the guy, the damn boxer? Wilder was gonna beat fucking Fury. And I was like, you obviously don't know boxing, do you?
hmm,
You could look at the style that Deontay Wilder fights and know that he was gonna get his ass kicked by Fury. So for all these people who cheered him, I was like, you don't even understand boxing. Well, he got this knockout. I do not go just by a guy's knockout power. I go by if you took away this motherfucker's knockout power, what does he have left?
hmm.
And obviously, it was nothing, like I told
Yeah, you think that a lot of people jumped on the Wilder bandwagon because of that Radio Raheem interview?
you. That and he was getting knockouts from guys, who they brought out of bars. Like a lot of people just are Johnny come latelys when it comes to sports. They're
Mm.
not really sports analysts. They're not really followers of the sports. We're gonna follow the big name. Like first and foremost, like who did you beat? Like who did you beat? And it's funny because Fury beat a prime Klitschko.
Mm.
Outboxed him. He's from a family of fucking boxers. So you're
Yeah.
telling me that a guy who can box his ass off, use his size, use his length, can take a punch, can weave a punch, if you really think about it, he has a very slick ass style, is going to lose to a guy who's relying just on a knockout. I'm going to tell you the scariest thing to a knockout artist is when he hits you with his best shot, you fall down, you get back up and smile at him. That's all
Mm.
you got.
Yeah. 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 You can easily break a guy like that. You don't know what the fuck else to do. Like when Deontay Wilder came to the ring and that damn, I don't know what they were trying to portray him as Sauron from Lord of the Rings or some shit. And then he got
And then he
drugged
try
that
to
entire
blame,
fight.
the gear and all that shit.
I was like, no, dude, no. Tyson Fury is just a different animal.
And it's like it's no different than when I wrestled. Like a guy, he had guys who were stronger. Not many were stronger. Like probably two. Two guys were just probably I would give them two, maybe three at the most, who were just I would say stronger. But You took away their strength. What did they have?
Yeah, yeah. Technique always wins.
I had the speed and the strength and the technique, the speed, the stamina, the technique, and my strength wasn't so outclassed
Hmm.
that it was like, okay, I can't move this guy. It's just that a lot of guys never worried about the technique, and that's why a lot of guys' careers don't last. Like, here it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So,
another good? What's
so
another good? Oh, go ahead.
no, what I was about to say is, yeah, I was getting too far off the this topic of Michael B. Jordan. I know you probably want to say some things about that, about how it's always like, why is it always guys like Michael B. Jordan getting called corny? Why is it always guys like him?
Do you really want my real opinion?
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you really want me to be brutally honest?
yes, sir. That's why
I
I asked.
better talk about this on my show as well.
Mm.
The reason why guys like Michael B. Jordan is called corny is because guys like him are the unattainable.
Oh, okay.
It's the sour grapes, the fox and the sour grapes. The fox wants those grapes that are up high on the tree. And you know what they say? When they can't reach them, I ain't want those grapes anyway.
Mm.
You really think that a guy like him is corny?
I mean, shoot. I
I
mean,
mean, how many men can really date Lori Harvey?
how many men? Seems to me is as long as you are a man of means and celebrityhood.
I mean, let me break this down further. With his looks and his physicality, take money out of it. Could he get a? Is it possible for him to get a woman that looks as good as Lori Harvey?
Said
Yes.
take money out of it. I would probably say yeah, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So in other words, if
And,
he's this physically astonishing guy, most women do not compete. Okay, look at Carl Weathers back in his prime on the right. Women were crazy about him. How
oh,
many women? How many women could compete to get him? It's very fair. So you're gonna be corny because there's not too many. I'm gonna say this because a lot of people are not gonna really say this shit. There's not. There's certain people who are universally handsome and universally beautiful. He falls in that category, and it's just like Megan Good. You put Megan Good on any fucking country in the world, she's still gonna be considered beautiful, right?
oh yeah.
Same thing for Michael B. Jordan. A lot of black women call you corny and all this other stuff, but look who's calling him corny. Are they beautiful women?
Past their
You
prime.
you
Use
really think
wounds.
yeah. So it's funny because you really think that a guy like Michael B. Jordan is hurting for women. Yeah. No.
Not at all.
And
Not
it
at
is
all.
and what's a black woman's definition of corny? Not 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 kissing the ass. I mean, let's break it down even further, right? Most men don't start looking how they look until like what? Almost 30, late 20s, 30. When you actually when you actually can put on some muscle. Because a lot of teenage boys are actually gangly if you look at them structurally wise, unless you're just blessed with good genetics. So look at it. By the time a man turns 30, he probably could grow a full beard. Probably got some seasoning to him. He's probably worth half a damn if he did even half a damn worth of work. So you look at women in our culture, most of them cannot compete to get a man. They don't know how to. So if a man does not kiss her ass, he's corny. If a man has interests outside of niggatry, he's corny. If a man is able to get women outside of his creed, culture and race, he's corny. And you got to remember, women project so much that the shit ought to be an IMAX.
Absolutely. Like they want to clear themselves of any wrongdoing, and I always put it on the guys. See, we're the guys that are supposed to be the patsies. We're the ones that's supposed to take blame for their idiotic shit, and when we don't, that's exactly what happens. You
See, and what happens is that I'm like, Black America will find me goofy, but I never had a woman that said I wasn't interesting. As a matter of fact, I could just take my shirt. This is actually funny. I've actually just taken my jacket off, and I had a hotel in downtown Baltimore off the water, like a little condo I rented, and it was like the, I guess the concierge, the bellhop, whatever the hell the term is nowadays, was a lesbian chick. Short haircut, butchy, dykish as we call 'em. As soon as I took my jacket off and she seen, my figure, I guess for all intents and purpose, you know what happened, Kev? She didn't even talk with the same voice she was talking with earlier. She got real girly. So, just the looks factor. How is he corny? What if he likes other subjects? See, you got to understand something. Women in our culture are very narrow minded. You still there, Kev?
Oh yeah, I'm still here. I'm still
Oh, yeah.
here.
That's a cut off. But a lot of women in our culture are very narrow minded because, number one, their attitude keeps them from going to certain spaces. Their attitude keeps them from being around certain clientele. You get a guy like Michael who's well trained, loves firearms, and all kinds of shit, conventionally called a handsome dude. He's going to be interesting to various women. You know, he has a status that's a fuck you status. Oh, you don't want to submit to me? Fuck you. That's a fuck you status. Every black man should try to get this close to fuck you status as you can. Get in the gym, work out, read books, be interesting. Oh, you think I'm corny? Fuck you. What's your sister doing?
Yeah, more than likely that sister will bite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the problem is that the same old tricks that worked for the past 40, 50 years are not working anymore. Niggas ain't falling for that, oh, you corny. You know how many motherfucking black men are anime comic book fans?
Mm, yeah, tons.
I mean, Israel Adesanya is a fucking anime geek and comic book geek, but are you going to say you could kick his ass?
Mm. No, not for real. Like, yeah, that's a misconception. Just because you guys do this doesn't mean you can automatically kick their ass and steal their woman. Uh, and that's what a lot of these dudes be getting wrong. Uh,
Some of the
shit.
best fighters in the world some of the best fighters I've met were comic book geeks. Some of the best wrestlers, boxers, MMA fighters. Some of the toughest dudes you ever seen are like anime fans, comic book fans, video game fans. It's the fact of the matter that black men are not supposed to have any destiny outside of the community and the black woman.
Yeah, yeah. Those are supposedly our main purposes. It's never about becoming the best versions of ourselves. We always got to be lapdogs for POS people that don't appreciate us anyway. And if and this is my message to black men listening to this. If that's a hill you want to die on, good luck. But yeah, I put this tweet up here just to show y'all what I'm talking about. How some people just side with anybody just because they have a vagina. I mean, this is from like I don't know. They should have never gave us Twitter, but this is I don't know. Somebody called emoji at base mistress underscore says MBJ being nearly 40, rich and famous, still reacting to who called him corny in high school really just proves that he's fucking corny.
Like, first and foremost, right? Let's look at the picture. Let's zoom in on the picture, right?
Well, I can't zoom in here, but
I'm zooming in on my end. You have this obscure photo with your topless shirt, and you got like a slight pudge. You really think this nigga's what? Then go back to that old picture right there. Go back to the picture behind it.
oh, okay.
Does that look like a nigga worried about being corny? Where they see one fat bitch on that boat right now. You see one?
No, they look like they can run down the street and catch their breath in no time. That's what they look like. This is and mind you, this is the photo that all of them got mad at, which really shows you this is what they're really mad at right there.
I'm gonna tell you what it boils down to. A black man ain't supposed to be happy.
Not at all.
A black man ain't supposed to be attracted to other women.
First and only rights of refusal.
You gotta realize something, right? I'm one of the guys who would tell bitches, "Fuck you." Oh, you're weird. I had a chick tell me that I was weird and I look crazy. I said, "How do I look crazy?" But what's funny? Even at the new job where I'm a supervisor now, but a better looking chick saw me going to a call outside the market, saw me without my glasses, and she just stood there. And her eyes got big, like, wow, I never seen you without your glasses. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, is it like the Clark Kent Superman thing? She's like, it's exactly like that. And I like the glasses, but goddamn, you look good without them. And it's like, should I worry about the lesser chick or the more prettier chick? See, this is what niggas don't understand. Stop falling for the same fucking shit. Even on Saturday Night Live when Michael B. Jordan hosted, you know what he said? This song is very near to me. Dear to me. Your loss. Lori Harvey has a finite time of her beauty. How long do you think Michael B. Jordan can still do the acting thing?
Michael B. Jordan can do the acting thing until I don't know until he's in a wheelchair and he can't hold his own poop.
And guess what? He probably can still do it then.
Yeah, he probably can still do it then.
And for God's sakes, what's the oldest when you look at places like People Magazine and all these other magazines when they give out the most beautiful woman in the world? What do you think? What age do they stop at for women?
Oh man, they probably stop at like 30.
Well, late 20s, maybe 30, maybe
Maybe
30. How far do you think they stop at the most handsome men in the world?
30. That to tell you the truth, just from my observation, dudes be 40 and 50, sometimes 60.
Sean
I mean,
Connery is in the 60s.
like you got old ass dudes like Michael Douglas marrying like supermodel quality Catherine Zeta-Jones back in the
Yeah.
day.
I mean, fucking Sean Connery was in his 60s when they awarded him that.
Mm.
Think about it. James motherfucking Bond in his 60s was still considered a handsome man.
Talking about smacking bitches.
It was it's sad. Barbara Walters asked him that shit years later, and he still stood on his square. Be like James Bond. Be like Sean Connery. Look, and he with the way he said it was very elegant to get a chick back to her senses. He was like, "Did you ever have to slap? Did you ever slap your wife? No, never had to."
Mm.
So you try to paint me into something like it's like would I refuse to pay for a girl for a dinner for if she's ungrateful? Yeah, but guess what? I never had to because she was ungrateful. Same shit. Like you know the rules, and it's funny, right? That women are trying to talk and bring down men who outclassed them. Like what's the dude name? Jordan Majors. Jordan
Jonathan
Majors.
Majors.
I mean,
Jonathan.
excuse me, Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors is built like a goddamn superhero. That's why he's playing Kang the Conqueror, and he's in the Creed 3 movie.
Yeah.
Like he's killing the game right now. He's gonna be in like so many goddamn movies. He's gonna be like the dude who played Thanos. He's gonna be in multiple fucking movies in 1 year. And Josh Brolin. And it's funny. Oh, he got a slave face. Okay, that's all you got. You
I
do know
I
that.
love hearing that slave shit because that's like I would guess that's the top five insults used against me when people find out I'm from Alabama. They'll start saying I'm a slave. Shit is hilarious.
That's all you got. Like black people, all black people were slaves in this country.
Yeah.
So even if you so-called were, here's the part for a lot of the people who like, no, we weren't slaves when he like even if we were native to this country. Yeah, even if you were native to this country, everybody was a slave. Get over it. So the point that I'm telling you this is you and I have a slave face because we're descendants of slaves.
Yeah.
It's okay. So does that take away from him being a handsome man? No, it doesn't. Let's look at this even further. Look at his body. Hey, I got the video from Train Like a Celebrity, cut like a bag of Colombian dope. He put time and effort into it. And people could say, well, he used PEDs. Guess what? You can shoot up PEDs and sit on your couch. You're not going to look like that. That's work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's actual work. Plus.
that's good. Even if you use them, you got to put in the work. The only
Yeah.
thing they help you do is recover. They don't put the bush, they don't put the muscle on you. They give you the recovery to go back in the gym sooner.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's my shit, right? When we look at this on a fundamental scale, could you get him? Could you attract him? And for a lot of women, the answer is going to be an astounding no.
Mm.
That's where women are hating. If I can't rule it, I'm going to destroy it.
Yeah. 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 And a lot of brothers are waking up to that shit.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's a shame that we have to watch brothers get taken down in some of the dumbest ways and some of the most irrelevant ways. But that's just once again, that's just us being in the 13th grade. You can't just be proud of anybody. I mean,
no,
we're overly proud of the women. Why can't we try it with the men sometimes instead of
because the
you know?
men are supposed to be the lesser creatures. They ain't shit. How quick is it they ain't shit come out their mouth, but they want to get married to one? Just show them how ain't shit we are and stop dealing with them on a large scale. You know why passport bros irritate black women? Because those are usually the upperly mobile men.
Yeah, they were supposed to keep their money and their resources here. They weren't supposed to take it elsewhere.
But I'm going to
But
juxtapose that statement you just made. Do black women keep their money and resources in the black community? The answer is
Hell no. Hell no. I mean I mean you got OnlyFans model bitching about passport bros. I was like, what? Supposed to take the money he traveled with and put it on your OnlyFans? That's what you upset with? It's like,
you got two kids. You're a two-time baby mama. I'm judging a woman. You got two babies by two different men, and neither one married you. That says a lot about you.
mm-hmm.
I even had a girl I was dating, and I had to cut the biceps. Oh, she was fine as fuck. And I was like, wait a minute. Did your son's father ever propose to you marriage? No, but he's married to another chick. I was like, that's very telling, right? Very telling. Uh, Kev, you still there? Oh,
Yeah,
he's back.
yeah. This StreamYard did something weird. It knocked me off. It wasn't the usual knockoff either. It just kind of went back to the screen where they say enter studio. Like what the fuck?
Oh, good. I was scared. I was like, I'll just hold it down till my boy Kev get back.
Yeah,
you know. And it's
man. But Cortez Smith, man, for real is like they really showed it other kind of ways. This ain't to make it so bad. This ain't the worst thing they've ever said about us. What they say about Jonathan Majors. I think they're just trying to take swipes at Jonathan Majors because they feel so I guess undervalued
yeah.
to the
Remember
point.
what I said. They project so much it ought to be an IMAX. That's how they think of themselves. I want you to I want you to go back to Charles Irby's comment up there. Most black women have zero personality, so I take umbrage of two dirty, geeky brothers being called corny or lame. It's
Charles.
projected because they aren't open to new things. No, they're not. Because here's the problem, Charles. It's kind of weird calling somebody Charles, because it's especially when it's your name. Here's the problem. When black women have to show how interesting they are to men, they get upset because they're not used to being the people who have to prove themselves. It's always been black men. Think of how many times you heard overweight black men said, overweight black women say, I'll lose the weight if the guy shows me that he's worthy to. So that means you were going to be lazy regardless. Oh, but if a man can't show me I can lose the weight, no, you can't. You would have done it already. I've even told women several times when I trained them in their fitness. I promise you one thing you'll know your health will become better, and then you'll get a better class of men who are attracted to you. But remember, a black man doesn't have any standards that you need to upheld. A black man doesn't have any rights that you need to conform to. That's one of the major issues why they're. If you really think about it, Kev, and the audience, black women are on the lowest totem pole when it comes to dating and dating sites. And it's not because of what black men says, it's because of what black women do.
Yes, but they put on display. That's not our fault. We're not going around telling everybody not to desire these women. They are going around telling everybody that, nobody desires these men, but we're not telling them that. In fact, I would say this, besides a few brothers that have this awareness, most black men still want to treat black women the way they want to be treated. Most do. And because of that, they have these attitudes of entitlement. They don't, they, in a lot of it can't, like, we can blame previous generations, but, a lot of guys today do that same shit. They will never learn. Of, they will never learn unless we decide it stops. They're not gonna do anything for it to stop. Like who wants to give up power? For real, for real. Who wants to give up power? If so, it's up to the guys. And the guys who are aware that have not, that don't fall for that sucker shit anymore, then they're the guys that get called corny. Those are the guys that say, "Hey, you hate yourself, you hate your mother." those are the guys that are the nerds and the lames, because those guys have what we like to talk about in these spaces. They have agency. They're not. We're guys like us aren't easy to control. We speak out of turn. We speak without permission, and we don't put up with the bullshit, especially when we have options. The thing is like they don't want to compete, but now they're being put in a position to where they have to right now, because this 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 shit is coming to an end. All this entitlement bullshit.
Oh, it's been ending, man. Because look at it. When black men said, "I'd rather be shamed than disappointed," what do you got to lose? I mean, what did Trump say to the black community? What do you have to lose?
Mm.
And a lot
Yeah,
of black people were making money when Trump was in office. I'm just saying.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
You got plenty of testimonies out there. And this is why I don't like when people don't stick to what's tangible. They want this symbolism. They want to listen to everybody that says this guy's evil. It's like, look, what's actually happening? What are the facts? I mean, not feelings, facts.
Let's
We're just a feelings over facts type people, though. But go ahead.
yeah. Well, let's. I mean, all these bitches, and I have to call by their proper title. These bitches cried for Biden to win. He won. Now you got $4 of gas. Now everything gets inflated to an absurd amount of money. Now you're not making the money. Now you lost so many jobs for women, especially black women. See, Trump is gonna do the gritty back in the fucking White House. I mean, he's gonna just be he's gonna be like your boy in the NFL. He's gonna be doing the gritty right back into the fucking office
you
because
you think
uh,
you think he gonna win in 20 like next year?
what's his competition?
Uh, okay.
Exact, exact.
Man, ain't no magic Jesus, ain't no second coming of Obama, none of that shit. No,
Uh,
none of it.
what's his competition? I mean, I've told this to every ex when we broke up. You know you're a likable guy if your exes stay in contact with you, right? It's not you, it's them.
Hmm.
I've told every ex I was with, every man that you're with from now on is going to show you how damn good I was. That's some arrogant shit to say, isn't it?
Perception is key. I mean,
Hey, I mean, but I'm an Aries and I'm the shit. But I've
I
told him
mean,
I'm I'm rare. Okay, I'm rare. And see, this is the problem. Yo, Manif, do me a favor.
what up?
Don't. I'm gonna say this to the chat. Donate to my man Kev. Support black male media because he's killing it Sunday nights when he does it. The officer, well, Sergeant Faulkner, I'm no longer an officer. I'm Sergeant now. Um,
Sergeant.
I'm still the commander of my security firm, but as a law enforcement, I'm a sergeant now. I keep forgetting that. Even when people say, "Hey, Sarge," I'm looking around like, "Oh yeah." But the point that I'm making is this: you gotta understand how rare you are. If you're a black man who makes $50,000 and above, you're rare. If you're a black man that makes a certain amount of money or education, you're rare. Keep yourself in shape, you're rare. I've told this to many of my exes. Even when she said I tried to talk to this one guy and his answers were not good and it was like he was bland. I said, do me a favor. Every question you ask me. And I was just beaming out answers. And she just noticed it like, damn, I didn't realize this. And I was like, what? You are rare.
I mean, if you don't have that kind of confidence in you, who will?
Exactly. And see, here's the thing black men need to actually say. And somebody need to put this down in the chat for time memorial. You should have got me when I was still cheap. The price just went up.
Mm.
Think about it. Took a year off and got all my benefits from the military, from the VA. Going into a better situation, higher rank, making money from my business, making money from my second or third career. I'm rare. Literally, I'm at a point where my children, and if I got married to a chick with children, her children and her and myself will be able to go to school, paid for by the government's dime.
Mm.
Can buy a house, paid for by the government's dime. It's with the well paid for, but the loan is guaranteed. Here's the part that women don't understand. They don't understand what a rare man is because they've never been in the presence of them. And you're talking about Jonathan and Michael, guys who supersede me.
So,
Go ahead and call them whatever you want. You ain't gonna call them broke, and you're not gonna call them womanless. You should have got these men when they were cheap. See, this is the problem. White women will look at your potential and she will calculate, if I support this man, we're gonna make it. Black women, they want the finished product.
mm,
It's hard to be with a woman who was never there when you were struggling. It's hard.
mm.
A lot of these chicks don't want. I don't want to build a nigga, which is a lie because how many chicks be with niggas who can't even write a resume? How many?
Mm. Shoot. Man, look. Any one of us that's on point is like it seemed like our most daunting thing as we're gonna have to deal with is how these women perceive us, and like I do believe that most black men do want to work with these females, and that could be seen as something good by some people. It could be seen as a problem by others. But the most important thing and to remember, guys like Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan, they did not get to the point where they are by seeking approval from people that didn't like them. They kept their eye on the ball. And for that, they're being rewarded many times over with stuff that we can only begin to dream about. And it's including all these old hating assholes.
No. Like you gotta realize, man, there's power in indifference.
Yeah, it really
There-
is.
you might as well hold off your magic sword and call down the powers of Grayskull. It is power with indifference. Why limit myself? Do you know what was so beautiful about the Snyder Cut of Justice League? You saw a Superman when he didn't hold back. Why
Mm,
limit myself? Why make the mere mortals feel good when I'm a god? You want me to protect you? I will let it. I'm gonna rock out my cock out. Fuck it. I'm gonna go full balls deep,
yeah.
and that's what he did with the fight with Steppenwolf. Hell, look at the fight when he was fighting the League. He wasn't holding back, and it's the same thing with black men. Black men are realizing their power. They're stepping out into the sun, and they're no longer holding back. They're gonna show how unbalanced the scale really is when black men don't give a fuck about you anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not something that we're preaching from the black manosphere. It's just what the environment stated. The culture stated that you're not important. The environment stated that I am. So I'm gonna take my bag, take my talents to South Beach and win championships there. If I could stay with the Bulls and win six, we'll stay with the Bulls and win six. But if we can't, we take our fucking towels to South Beach.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Just, yeah, but when people say stuff like "go where you're appreciated," and then black, it's all of a sudden a problem when black men do it. When we go where we're appreciated. I mean, it's pretty much a problem that black men does when black men do anything, and it's because of that we can be proud of us as in the black manosphere and many black man content creators that we create a black man media that we can continue to dish out our points of view and let men out there that are still continuously going through the struggle that they are not alone. But just the most interesting part is that to really is getting the men to focus on becoming the best versions of themselves, and and to understand that you don't have to weather the social problems that come with dealing with a lot of these females out here. And it does exist, it does exist, but just to get out of just to talk about our experiences, and to you know maybe someone will listen to a few of our stories and say, hey, you know what, I've been through something similar, I'm going through something similar, maybe I should take a little advice on how to avoid you know to avoid the dumpster fire. And just for those of you who get gaslighted out there into believing that you have to deal with a certain amount of crap. Guys, my men like myself and Sergeant Faulkner are here to tell you that you ain't got to deal with that bullshit. Know your worth, black man. Know your worth. Anything
Yep.
else, off Sergeant?
I'm gonna say this. You're doing God's work, Kev. I love the content you put and the statements you make on Facebook. You know,
Facebook, I'm a little bit more extreme there.
oh, we know. And there's times when a certain person with the last name Brown, I have to dig in his ass when he makes very, very improper statements and incorrect statements. The jackass. But it's
Yeah,
always a pleasure, always support. Long live the habitual line steppers, and whoo, we out.
long live. Woo! All right. Yeah. Just look, guys. I'm telling you, like right now, I do enjoy coming to you from week to week. Yes, I do enjoy creating content with the black man perspective in mind. I think it's something that is much needed out there because we brothers be getting dragged too much, and we just basically we're getting dragged for existing. One thing that I do suggest brothers do is number one, show a little bit more solidarity, especially in the face of all this misandry, and stand on your square. It's a cert, like I said, just like men like Michael B. Jordan, men like Jonathan Majors, and very well men like you guys who are listening right now. You ain't got to put up with the bullshit. You ain't got to put up with people calling you corny, or people not wanting you to respond to all the bullshit that they put you through, because it is not that I need your permission to speak or I need your permission to respond. It's just that you're gonna get a taste of your own medicine sooner or later. And like I said, that interview and the way Michael B. Jordan handled it and handled all of the buffoonery that social media has involved him in has been phenomenal and satisfying. And we really, with black men in general, we need to see more of that. Stop being a fucking simp. Stop acting like that. If you don't say nothing, that proves that you're a man, because it certainly does not. I mean, guys, yeah. So let's continue to have these broadcasts. Like, what up, Chaos Rain? I'm about to get out of here. Uh, But just take a list because I'm not trying to. And I'm going to say that this is the charge that is being given to guys who do manosphere content. I'm not trying to mislead you guys. I'm not trying to make you more depressed. I'm not trying to make you mad at women, because that really is a lot of the bullshit that we get. I'm just trying to motivate you to be more aware and, to make sure that you know that you're not somebody's punching bag, you're not somebody's pushover. And for a lot of you, that's what it is. You either are a pushover or you expect other black men to be pushovers. And that's just improper as fuck from beginning to end. So um, it is what it is. I've said what I was going to say. However you take it, that's fine. I mean, you're always allowed to have your own opinion. But my opinion is Michael B. Jordan ain't corny. Corny is not a term of endearment. Don't say, "Oh, it's okay. He is corny and lame." How the just if you believe and put it in the comment section. If you believe that Michael B. Jordan is corny and lame, please give me a breakdown as to why. Because it's at the end of the day, it's kind of dumb shit. So, but we all have a right to our opinion. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Super chat, whoever give me super chats and cash apps. Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You all watching and you all participating in the chat. Everybody who subs to this channel, you make it all worth it, and I really appreciate it. So that's it for now. Long live the habitual line steppers. I'm Kev. This is BMBBH. And, just like guys who don't give up, like Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors, when you don't give up, you win. And Kev, we trust. Till the next time. Peace.